You think being 78 means slowing down? Tell that to Sylvester Stallone. While most people his age are struggling to lift grocery bags, this Hollywood legend is still benching, squatting, and curling weights that would humble men half his age. Doctors once told Stallone he'd never fully recover after a devastating injury. But not only did he recover, he came back stronger, lifting heavier and pushing himself harder than ever. So, how does he do it? What is the secret behind Stallone's superhuman strength and energy at nearly 80? And don't go anywhere, because you'll be blown away when we tell you what he's doing today at the end of this video. Most fans have no clue about this side of Stallone. The relentless mindset, how Stallone became ageless. Let's get one thing straight. Stallone isn't lucky. He isn't a genetic freak. His body is a product of relentless work, brutal honesty with himself, and a mindset forged through pain. Rewind to his early days in Hell's Kitchen, New York. No money, no fame, a partially paralyzed face from birth, and a dream that everyone told him was impossible. But Stallone didn't care about the odds. He wrote Rocky in 3 days, sold his dog to survive, and then refused to sell the script unless he could play the lead. The rest is history. So what does this have to do with his 78-year-old workout routine? Everything, because Stallone's greatest muscle is his mind. When you watch him training today, sweat pouring, teeth gritted, pushing through pain. Remember, this isn't a movie montage. This is a man who wakes up every single morning and chooses discipline over comfort. He once said, "If you look in the mirror and don't see what you want, don't blame the mirror, blame yourself." That level of accountability is why Stallone's routine is so intense, and why it works. The secret morning routine, 3 foods he swears by. But what fuels a body like Stallone's? You'd be shocked how simple his nutrition is. No trends, no magic pills, just old-school fuel. Every morning before the sun is up, Stallone is already prepping his first meal. And it always features 3 essential foods, the unbreakable breakfast, as he calls it. 1. Pasture-raised eggs. Not just eggs, the best quality eggs he can find. Stallone says, "Your muscles are built in the kitchen. If you start with junk, you'll end up weak." He eats 4 to 6 eggs, lightly cooked to preserve nutrients, sometimes with spinach or diced peppers. Eggs deliver all 9 essential amino acids and a boost of choline for brain power. They're the foundation for his muscle repair and mental sharpness. 2. Steel-cut oatmeal. Forget processed cereal. Stallone goes straight for whole grain oats, complex carbs for lasting energy. He stirs in a bit of almond milk and a spoonful of honey, with a handful of seeds for healthy fats. Oatmeal keeps his blood sugar stable, his cravings down, and gives him the steady fuel he needs for those legendary 2-hour gym sessions. 3. Blueberries. Every morning, a cup of fresh blueberries. Stallone isn't just thinking about muscle, he's fighting inflammation and aging too. Blueberries are packed with antioxidants and polyphenols, protecting his joints and boosting recovery. He said, "Blueberries are nature's painkiller. They're my secret weapon after hard training." It's not about stuffing himself, it's about quality, high-octane fuel for an ageless machine. The 3 foods he refuses to eat ever. But Stallone's secrets are just as much about what he avoids. 1. Sugar. It might sound simple, but Stallone cut sugar completely decades ago. No sweetened drinks, no dessert. Not even so-called healthy energy bars if they're loaded with sugar. He's blunt. Sugar is the enemy. It wrecks your hormones, slows your recovery, and steals your energy. Instead, if he craves something sweet, he'll have berries or the occasional slice of melon. 2. Industrial seed oils. Most people don't realize how dangerous these are, Stallone says. No canola, corn, soybean, or sunflower oil in his kitchen. He uses only extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil. These oils lower inflammation, protect your heart, and help your joints stay young. 3. White bread. Forget white toast, bagels, and croissants. Stallone calls them empty calories. He hasn't touched white bread since his early 30s. Why? It spikes your blood sugar, triggers cravings, and gives you zero nutrition. He'll sometimes eat whole grain or sourdough bread, never the processed stuff. If it sounds strict, it is. But Stallone's philosophy is simple. If you want results nobody has, you have to do what nobody's willing to do. Here's a challenge for you. Could you go 1 week with no sugar, no white bread, and no cheap oils? Tell us in the comments below. Would you survive Stallone's morning routine or tap out by day 3? Because what he does next in the gym, well, it's not for the faint of heart. The legendary workout, still lifting heavy at 78. If you thought Stallone had slowed down, think again. Most 78-year-olds are worried about slipping in the shower. Stallone is still deadlifting, benching, and curling heavy iron, sometimes alongside athletes half his age. Here's what a typical week looks like for Stallone. Monday, chest and back. Flat bench press, heavy sets 6 to 8 reps. Pull-ups, often weighted. Dumbbell flies, barbell rows. He's not chasing crazy numbers anymore, but the weights are still impressive, and every rep is strict, slow, and controlled. Tuesday, legs. Squats deep and deliberate. Walking lunges with dumbbells. Leg presses. Calf raises. Stallone always says, real strength comes from the legs. Don't skip it, ever. Wednesday, shoulders and arms. Standing military press. Lateral raises. Barbell curls. Skull crushers. He trains with intensity, but listens to his body. Never pushing through joint pain, always maximizing the squeeze and the pump. Thursday, cardio and core. Boxing drills, shadow boxing. Rowing intervals. Hanging leg raises. Russian twists. This isn't about burning calories. It's about agility, balance, and staying explosive. Friday, full body power. Deadlifts. Farmer's walks. Kettlebell swings. Sled pushes. This day is all about functional strength. Moving heavy weight with power and precision. Saturday and Sunday, recovery. But here's the twist. Stallone says he works just as hard on recovery as he does in the gym. He stretches for nearly an hour after every workout, uses foam rollers, massage guns, and, on the weekends, he often does hot-cold contrast therapy. Sometimes he'll just take a long walk with his family or play with his dog. He's had to adjust. No more reckless stunts or ego lifting. But he says, I'm still chasing progress. The moment you stop growing, you start dying. How you can use Stallone's secrets at any age. Now, maybe you're thinking, that's Stallone. I can't live like that. But you don't have to be a movie star to use his secrets. Start with your morning routine. Swap your sugary cereal for eggs, oats, and some berries. Even 2 or 3 mornings a week will make a difference. Ditch the sugar, the white bread, the cheap oils. Try it for 7 days. Notice how you feel. In the gym, you don't need Stallone's home gym or a Hollywood trainer. Focus on the basics: squats, presses, pulls, lunges. Train with good form, use a weight you can control, and never skip recovery. And remember, Stallone's true secret isn't just his biceps or his breakfast. It's his discipline. He treats every workout like it might be his last. He once said, you can't beat the person who refuses to give up. That's the Stallone code. Every day, get a little bit better, no matter how old you are. The secret most fans never knew. But now, here's the moment you've been waiting for. The side of Stallone nobody talks about. Most people know the Rocky story. The movie star, the comebacks, the fame. But did you know Stallone spends hours every week mentoring younger actors and athletes, sharing these exact routines, meals, and mindsets? He's not just living for himself, he's leaving a legacy, proving you can shatter every limit if you're willing to sacrifice, focus, and outwork everyone in the room. And get this, after his latest surgery, at an age when most men would retire, Stallone's first question to his doctor was, how soon can I lift again? Not will I ever act again? Not will I walk again? How soon can I lift? That's what drives him. That's why he's still a beast at 78. So here's the truth. You don't need to be a movie star to use Stallone's secrets. What you need is a reason, a why, and the guts to chase it. Try his breakfast tomorrow. Try skipping sugar for a week. Try going just a little harder in the gym than you did yesterday. And if you fail, good. Get up, try again. If this video fired you up, smash that like button. Don't just watch, take action. Which of Stallone's rules are you brave enough to try? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want more real-life routines from legends who refuse to quit, hit subscribe and ring that bell. Because next week, we're going inside the routine of another unstoppable icon, and you do not want to miss it. Remember, you can get older, but you never have to get weaker. Stay relentless, and as Stallone says, it ain't over till it's over.